Question 3.63. You are walking on a moving walkway in an airport. The length of the walkway is 59.1 meter. If your velocity relative to the walkway is 2.35 meter per second and the walkway moves with a velocity of 1.77 meter per second, how long will it take you to reach the other end of the walkway? So this is an example of relative velocity. And before we move forward to solve this problem, we will first identify the ground frame, moving frame, and object. So in this question, you are walking on a moving walkway in an airport. So this airport becomes my ground frame. You are the object. The walkway is moving, so that makes it the moving frame. After we identify the frames of reference, we will write down what is given to us. You have been given the length of the walkway, which we will write as L, 59.1 meter. Then you have your velocity relative to the walkway, which is velocity of object with respect to the moving frame. We write it as VOM, which is equal to 2.35 meter per second. Then the walkway moves with a velocity of 1.77 meter per second. So this is velocity of moving frame since the walkway is the moving frame. So we write velocity of moving frame with respect to ground to be equal to 1.77 meter per second. We need to find how long will it take you to reach the other end. So we have to find the time t. We know from the basic relationship between speed, distance, and time that distance covered is equal to speed into time. So you can find the time t by dividing the length covered with the velocity v. And I need to find what is the velocity of object with respect to the ground, or with what relative speed you were moving with respect to the ground. So we know in relative motion, velocity of object with respect to ground can be given as the sum of velocity of object in the moving frame plus velocity of moving frame with respect to ground. So let's solve for this. Velocity of object in moving frame is 2.35 because your velocity relative to the walkway was this, plus the walkway was moving with 1.77 meter per second. When you add them, you get your velocity with respect to ground to be equal to 4.12 meter per second. Now I'm going to substitute this in my expression for t. We get time t equals length of the walkway is 59.1. Velocity with respect to ground is 4.12. That gives me the time taken to be equal to 14.34 seconds, which you can round off to 14.3 seconds.